Look at how look at the frantic action. Look at this. I'm not paying $6,000 for this. Doesn't make any sense. Now, when you do something horrible, when you do something bad, what's the first thing you try to do? Hide the evidence, right? You did a bad thing, but if nobody can find out about it, you're gonna be fine. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't work when the bad person is Disney, and the bad thing they did is a video that was watched by millions of people who laughed at them, and they're now trying to hide it. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Starcruiser, baby! Now, I don't know if you guys saw my previous video on this topic, where we look at Disney's $6,000 Star Wars hotel with one of the worst commercials you're ever gonna see for anything. But this video was so disliked by the internet. Everyone was making fun of it, because how could you not? It's not like we're being mean piling onto it. It's a bad video. We're gonna make fun of it. Well, Disney did not like us making fun of them, because as we can see, this was one of the articles about the Starcruiser. We had the embedded link directly to the video. What is this? Video unavailable, Disney. Oh, they're trying to hide it. They don't want you to see. I'm kind of glad. I'm glad I made a video about it, because now it will live on. Otherwise, that commercial would have been lost to time. It's so bad. You got to watch it if you haven't watched this one. So, Disney is, it seems like they're in panic mode at this point. I think they really thought people were going to be super hyped for this hotel with this little trailer they put out. And everybody was kind of pointing out the same thing. I watched a couple different videos of them. I watched Star Wars Theory. One big thing is, bro, if I'm paying $6,000, this needs to be a premium experience. It really does need to feel like I am walking onto the Death Star. And these plastic-looking consoles, they don't, like people were saying, they look like something out of like Lost in Space from like the 60s. It looks like an old Star Trek set. This thing's supposed to be done. This thing's supposed to be ready to go. I mean, Disney's bleeding money. The Disney stock is down. So Disney's in panic mode. And I don't blame them, because I don't think this $6,000 Star Wars hotel is going to save them. I think it's actually going to hurt them. I think they're throwing money down a pit. I think this thing's going to open up. It's going to be available for about, you know, a couple months, and then they're going to realize nobody's paying for it. Then they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do from there. Somebody did point out to me, however, there is a video of the Starcruiser that I missed, and I want to take a look. I took a quick look, but I did not watch the full thing. The sneak peek of lightsaber training. Now, this has 2,000 likes out of 124,000 views. That tells me it's not, and we'll see. I have the feeling that this is not going to be too impressive, but let's find out. Alright, now some people don't like that I pause the videos so much, but I don't care. This is how I make videos. Again, the entrance to this thing looks cheap to me. You walk in, it just looks like, it's not even off like a fancy road. Like, you couldn't have made a nice road leading up to it. It's just like pavement coming up. I guess you need the taxis to drop people off. But this just looks, I feel like everything leading up to it should be Star Wars. They should drop you off in an AT-AT. Okay, there should not even be a car that pulls up. You know, it should pull you up in a speeder bike or something. For $6,000.
Welcome to the Lightsaber Training Pod. So excited to have you here.
This looks unbelievable.
This looks unbelievable to you? How is this unbelievable? Again, if this was a set in a Star Wars movie, I would say, wow, they really phoned it in on this set. It's a everything in this should look like it came straight out of the movie. This looks like a cheap room. It's not, like, why did you not have set designers go in and, like, really go nuts? All right.
We have been working on this experience to have a whole brand new way for our guests to experience this ancient art.
Does she really need to be wearing a mask, by the way? If you're making a private video for your promotional thing, I assume the two of you can have like a little agreement, like, hey, bro, we don't got to wear the mask right now because we're making a commercial. Are you gonna have to wear the mask the whole time you're at the $6,000 Star Wars? I'm not paying $6,000 to be a Jedi in a mask. Okay, I know some of them wear masks. What's his name? Klon Poo. I don't want to be him.
Can I hold that?
Absolutely.
That's mine?
Please.
Look at how cheap this looks. It's just like a piece of metal. You didn't even make it look like a lightsaber.
Please, this is for you.
All right.
So do I turn it on, or
Go
what
for it.
do I do here?
Right there.
Oh.
This is one of the ones they sell in the
Right, so
park
So
or
you're
something.
you're right there.
Facing
You
here.
face off against the remote.
That is fun.
I'd like to remind you that you just paid $6,000 to play what looks like the stupidest minigame I've ever seen in my life. It would be more fun. Again, why didn't they make like a VR hotel? Because that would have worked. It was like, hey, put on these augmented reality glasses or something. And we have like actual lightsaber stuff where it's gonna actually feel like you have a lightsaber and you're actually, you know, sending the bolts back, the laser blasts back. This is, you're in a room, there's a bunch of dirt in the air so you can see the laser, and you gotta hit these dusty laser beams, just kind of block. This technology has been around since like the 50s. This is how your TV remote works. It's an IR sensor, and if you break the beam, then it knows it's not connected with a thing. Like, this is the oldest technology in the book. It doesn't look cool at all. Look at how this does not. Does this even look fun? This is something I feel like I would do, like, you know, at like a theme park. You know, you line up, you maybe do it for like 10 minutes. You're like, all right, that was fun. But this, I'm not paying $6,000 for this. Doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? Look at the frantic action. Look at this. Just like a Jedi. Don't you feel like a Jedi? Moving in a 2-foot area so you don't bump into anybody else who's trying to do it, and blocking a couple lasers.
This looks so.
All right, so as we've discussed, here it is. Look at this bridge. Look at this. Look at these stupid looking. These are buttons you can just buy online. Get these from Alibaba for probably like 2 cents a piece. This does not look like a real computer. Again, this looks like some other cheap science fiction franchise. I feel like the roundness really. I never remembered Star Wars the industrial design being rounded. I always felt like everything had very sharp edges, especially the Empire stuff. You know, very straight lines everywhere. You didn't have this rounding. Maybe that sounds like I'm being nitpicky, but again, you look at this and you go, well, that's not like a Star Wars thing. This looks like a Star Trek thing. This looks like Star Trek.
Cool in here.
Here in front of the systems, this is one of my favorite places because you actually get to push all the buttons. You can actually change the settings, control the ship, but you know, we could really use some help defending the ship. Are you up for it?
I'm definitely up for it.
Again, look, man, like, this is not adding up to a $6,000 experience. Yes, if I was a kid and you told me I get to go over and press all the buttons on the fake Starship console, I'd be like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's fun. That sounds fun. That sounds like the amount of fun I would expect out of my $150 Disney park ticket. This is just a theme park ride. Where does the $6 grand kick in? At some point, are you going to tell me, like, also you get to drink as much as you want? Because at least that'd get me, you know, a couple $100. I'll drink my ass off. If I get to fly the spaceship drunk, if all my drinks are covered, I'm gonna be like, let me get 10 margaritas and we're going to hyperspace.
Change
but
the settings, control the ship.
I have the feeling that's not the case.
Use some help defending the ship. Are you up for it?
I'm definitely up for it. I don't know. You should trust me to do it.
You're going to be actually guiding where we're aiming. So you're going to aim and I'll fire.
Okay.
All right.
This looks like a video game designed by somebody who's never played a video game in their life. This looks terrible. This looks worse than X-Men vs. TIE Fighter. Or X-Men. X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter on like a MS-DOS.
Last thing to do, you want to take us to hyperspace?
Okay, let me put it this way. You could either play that thing for $6,000 or you can just go right now to pretty much any arcade and go play Star Wars Arcade from like 2001. Look at how much better this arcade game looks. I would rather play this than pay $6,000. I would rather play Sega's Star Wars Arcade than pay $6,000 to play whatever the hell that was. Look at it. This was awesome. This game is great. Hoth mission. Get to shoot down stormtroopers, snow troopers. Oh, is that the Boba Fett duel? I got real good at this game. I used to be able to one credit this game. Duel with Boba Fett. Boba Fett's dead. Watch. Block. Block. This looks better than the laser game they got. I would rather play this than their fake laser game. I would rather... Look at this. You're fighting against Boba Fett, not a hole in the wall. You could buy a Star Wars arcade cabinet for probably about $1,000. I would rather own my own Star Wars arcade cabinet than pay $6,000 for one gun. They're not going to let you play it all day. They're going to let you play it once. One time, you get to play this.
Last thing to do, you want to take this to hyperspace?
I would love to take it to hyperspace.
All right.
Just don't let me mess this up.
You got this.
Okay.
So, just give that lever a strong...
Did he just make like a sex joke? Did he say, I would love to take you to hyperspace?
You want to take this to hyperspace?
I would love to take it to hyperspace.
All right.
Just don't let me mess this up.
I don't know if that's... I don't know if he's insinuating something
just
there.
give that lever a strong pull.
Okay.
Again, they show you the lever, the $6,000 lever. Like, if you made this, you told me it's a 2-day battle against the Empire, and you're going to be on the ground, and everything you do somehow matters in this mission, and there's going to be a lightsaber battle between all of you and them somehow. I don't know how you're going to set it up, but as is, $6,000. I keep saying it because I'm not paying it. If I had $6,000 again, I want a Star Wars Trilogy arcade machine. For $2,500, I'm going to get the whole friggin' experience of a machine I get to keep in my house forever. Forever, I will have the laser game. Okay, I will have the fight in my way, whatever. I get all the buttons I ever want to press. I don't have to pay to go on your fake spaceship and press buttons. $2,500. You could probably get this thing for $1,500 if you find a cheap one. But you know who I want to hear from? I want to hear from you, the viewer. Tell me in the comments, are you sold on this Star Wars hotel after watching that stupid laser game? Because I'm not. I don't think it's going to work. I think Disney's about to lose a bunch of money. I also want to remind you guys, please subscribe to my new channel, Vito 2. You're going to get daily videos from me. So if you like these rants about Star Wars and pop culture and everything in between, you go, how come he doesn't upload more often? Well, I'm uploading them on my new channel. That's where you got to go. So go check out Vito 2. Thanks for coming by, Vito Army. Stay strong. Enjoy your holidays. Say hi to Santa. And do not buy a ticket to the Star Wars Hotel experience. Go buy a Star Wars Trilogy arcade machine. Get me one. I want one too. Have fun.